In this video, I will finish building my cozy forest sauna. I will install a large stove, make all the necessary furniture, add the needed accessories, and finally spend time here with pleasure. My day in the forest starts with cleaning the work area from snow. This winter is very cold and my forest lake is covered with a thick layer of ice. I brought an ice auger to drill several holes so the fish can breathe and oxygen can reach the water. I drilled them around the entire perimeter of the lake and then pour in fish food. Even though everything around looks frozen, life continues under the water. The fish immediately rush in for a meal. Now it's time to continue the construction because the sauna is still not finished. On the cleared spot, we place some firewood and make a big fire. From the pile of building materials, we take pieces of different logs and put them into the fire to char them well. This will protect the parts that will go into the ground. While the wood is being treated by fire, we don't waste time and prepare the holes. Near the terrace, we drill and then widen 2 holes. At the same time, we turn the logs so they don't burn through. Then we drill many more holes from the terrace all the way to the lake. In the holes near the terrace, we install 1 long post and another shorter one. As you may guess, there will be steps here. In the holes leading to the pond, we hammer in and bury many smaller stumps. We screw boards at an angle to these posts and get the frame for the steps. Then we attach several small bars to it as supports. After that, we install the steps themselves. Now it's easy to climb into the sauna thanks to these stairs, and using the buried stumps you can conveniently go down to the water. It's also a good idea to fence off the terrace so no one accidentally falls, because it is quite high. I install several sticks vertically and screw them directly to the terrace. Then I attach horizontal sticks to these posts. In just a few minutes, I made excellent handrails that perfectly matched the forest style of our sauna. But the work on the terrace is not finished yet. We decided to add something else here. So first, we need to prepare the material and go look for it. Recently, there were very strong winds in this forest, and nearby we found a fallen tree. For the forest, it no longer brings any benefit, but for construction, it is perfect. We cut off 2 thick stumps from it. And remove the bark with an axe so insects won't appear under it and damage the wood. We place the stumps on the terrace, screw a white board to them, and the bench is ready. Everything we just made, we paint with stain in the same color as the sauna facade, so nothing stands out from the overall style. Outside, the sauna has changed even more. Now it is easy to get to it, safe to stay on the terrace, and there is a place to sit with a beautiful view of the lake and the snowy forest. Inside the sauna, everything remains the same as before. In the previous episode, we installed the doors, made windows, insulated the sauna, covered it with boards from the inside, and treated it with special oil. Now it is time to install the most important part of the sauna, the stove. This time, because of the weather, we couldn't drive directly to the building, so we had to carry the stove by hand. It weighs almost 100 kilograms. Luckily, the manufacturer provided handles for carrying it. The stove was custom made for me because it is very difficult to buy a ready-made one. We will install it in this corner, but first it must be protected from heat. We put on respirators and goggles because the next step involves a very dangerous material, basalt wool. This non-combustible material is stapled to the floor and the walls. When the wool is in place, we cover it with thin sheets of metal and fix them with small nails. In the end, we get not only good heat protection, but also a heat screen that will evenly distribute the heat from the stove throughout the room. We put the stove in this corner, try on the pipe, and immediately mark the chimney exit point. Outside in this area, we remove moss and soil. Then we cut a hole for the chimney with a chainsaw. The pipe fits perfectly, and we install it onto the stove. The contact area with the roof is additionally insulated with basalt wool, and we attach a piece of metal with a hole as a heat diffuser. From the outside, just in case, we cover everything with a good layer of soil. Finally, we install this final part. Now we need to fill this basket with stones. We took two types of stone, quartz and diorite. We lay them in layers. Very soon they will be red hot and we will pour water on them. But for now the stove is still cold, so we decided to warm up in a different way. No, not the way you're thinking. We are not making a snowman. From a snowball we form something like a cylinder. Then using a stick we make one hole from the top and another from the side, connecting them together. We throw thin branches and a fire starter tablet into the top hole. As absurd as it sounds, we get an excellent stove made of snow that works perfectly. We place a pot of water on top, then we add chicken legs, one onion, a carrot, and herbs. We also add a couple of bay leaves and pepper. Let the dish boil a little. At the end, we add a bouillon cube. After that, we remove all the vegetables and herbs from the pot and add some noodles for fullness. We fill deep bowls, and while the soup is still hot, start our lunch. Hot broth cooked over a fire in a winter forest is a real salvation, and noodles with meat restore energy again. After preparing the materials in advance, we return inside the sauna. From all these wooden bars, we will now build comfortable benches. We screw two thick beams to the walls. They will be load-bearing, so we use large screws. On top of these thick beams, we place thinner ones with small gaps between them so steam can circulate freely. In this position, we fix the beams and try to hide the screws inside the wood so no one gets burned. The first bench is almost ready. It only needs an extra support so it can hold more weight. A bit lower, we assemble another bench in the same way. We decided to close the space between them with a beam and thus got a backrest. All that remains is sanding everything so no splinters can get into the skin. After sanding, the benches are safe to use, and thanks to the two levels, the sauna becomes comfortable for everyone. Everyone can choose a place where it feels best to sit. For now, there is nowhere to put anything in the sauna, so we return to the fallen tree. We cut 3 thick wooden discs from its trunk and also cut off one branch. Now we need to remove the bark from these planks. When the wood is clean, we drill holes. One hole is not through. When the second piece, we drill a hole through. And we do the same with the third one. We drip glue into the hole and hammer a stick into it. We fix the second piece in the middle. And the last one on top, we get an excellent table with shelves. Next, we take a nice board and drill many holes in it. We install small sticks into them. We get a hanger where you can hang towels, t-shirts or similar items. For outerwear, we make another hanger from 2 boards with a hole and a stick fixed with stoppers. In the end, we get a convenient construction and attach it near the entrance where all clothes can be left. The other hanger is nailed inside the sauna. Near it, we place a table, and in the corners, we fix small shelves for oil lamps. In my opinion, electricity would not fit here, and these lamps are economical and give a warm, pleasant light. We also treat all the furniture with special wood oil so nothing rots. And we cover the outdoor hanger with stain. Now the sauna has all the necessary furniture, but some small details are still missing, and they are all inside this huge package, which we immediately unpack. First, we take out a thermometer with a hygrometer and hang it on the wall. Sand timers will also be useful to track time, so we attach them on the opposite side. Next, we take out a wooden bucket, ladle and brush. All of this is handmade and looks very beautiful. I also bought a steel bucket, and of course I didn't forget about hats, towels and these brooms. After collecting several fallen pine branches in the forest, I decided to make conifer brooms. We tightly tie the branches with rope and get a version no worse than the store-bought one. Under the benches, we store slippers, and on the shelf, we place several types of essential oils for fragrance. And finally, I can say that my forest sauna is completely finished. Outside, it looks like a little house from a fairy tale, and inside it is filled with everything needed and looks almost like a spa sauna. But it is located deep in the forest, dozens of kilometers from civilization. Isn't that a dream? There is still nothing to heat the sauna with, so we go to prepare firewood. We don't have to search long. For the third time, we go to the fallen tree. We cut it into small logs with a chainsaw. Then we load them onto a sled and use it to bring the firewood to the sauna. After that, we split the logs into smaller pieces. We get a decent pile, but we need somewhere to store it. Near one of the walls, we build a woodshed and stack the firewood there. This amount should last for a very long time. Near the woodshed, we attach this device that makes it easy to split thick logs into small pieces. Almost everything is ready. We load thick logs into the stove, then smaller pieces, and use fire starter to light the fire. After just 1 minute, thick white smoke comes out of the chimney. The firewood ignites instantly like a match, and the stove immediately starts giving off heat. While the sauna is heating up, my friend cuts an ice hole with a chainsaw. The ice turned out to be so thick that an axe or hand saw would not be enough. I think you understand why we need this ice hole. We take some water from it into a bucket and put it on the stove to heat up. Meanwhile, the sauna is already almost 50 degrees. We prepare for steaming, put on our hats and everything else, and go inside. The temperature inside reaches almost 70 degrees. We put the brooms into a bucket, pour warm water over them, add a little essential oil for aroma, and splash water onto the hot stones. The room is instantly filled with hot steam. We start the sand timer and sit, periodically splashing water on the stones. The temperature and humidity are perfect. We stayed inside for 10 minutes, then went outside to rest. The body is literally steaming. We go back inside and take the brooms in our hands. We splash water on the stove and warm the brooms over the stones. We evenly fan the steam onto ourselves with the brooms and then gently hit the body. The muscles relax even more. This time we stayed inside longer and warmed the body more, then went outside to cool down in a more extreme way by rubbing ourselves with snow. We returned to the sauna to warm up again. While we were resting, a fox walked around our little house but soon went away. The sauna holds heat very well, and now it's time to go into the water. These sensations cannot be compared with anything. I have been to many saunas, but this one is the best in my opinion. We rested properly, had a great time, jumped into snow and water. I really want to come here and spend more time in nature. So let's make a deal. You like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will go on winter survival in the forest.